WDID, you know that 80% of the most successful movies and books have one thing in common. They all use plot twists that leave their audiences stunned. A great plot twist doesn't just surprise, it changes everything. It turns ordinary stories into unforgettable experiences. And here's the kicker. A well-executed twist can boost a story's appeal by over 30%, according to recent studies on audience engagement. But how do you craft a twist that works? It's not just about shocking your audience. It's about setting up expectations, playing with time, and making sure that twist fits into the larger narrative. In this guide, you'll learn how to master the art of the plot twist, with strategies that go beyond the typical advice. We'll cover everything from subtle misdirection to character reversals, time manipulation, and more. Stick with me, and by the end of this, you'll know how to create twists that make your audience rethink everything. Ready to turn your stories upside down? Let's dive in. Chapter 1: The heartbeat of your story. Setting up the perfect foundation. Every great plot twist needs a solid foundation. Without it, the twist feels like a cheap trick. Think of your plot twist as the last piece of a puzzle. Everything needs to fit perfectly for the surprise to land. Start by establishing expectations early on. Give your audience a reason to trust the direction the story is going. Let's say you're writing a detective story. By showing how diligent and smart your main character is, you're setting him up to solve the case in a predictable way. The key here is to make your audience believe they know how things will unfold. A twist only works when it turns expectations upside down. One of the best examples of this is in Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. The audience expects the detective to solve the case using logic, but Christie delivers a twist that makes them rethink everything. In terms of strategy, pacing is vital. Allow the story to breathe, creating small moments of tension and intrigue. Think of these moments like breadcrumbs leading to your twist. The slow build-up gives the twist a much bigger impact. Even the smallest details matter, like setting, character actions, and even how your characters speak. Every element should hint toward the twist without revealing it. When you establish your foundation, you're really establishing trust with your audience. They trust that what they see and hear at the beginning is true. And then, when the twist hits, that trust makes the surprise more effective. You want him to feel a sense of betrayal in a good way. Their assumptions should be shattered, but in a way that feels earned. Pro tip: use foreshadowing as a powerful tool. Sometimes, a simple detail mentioned early on, like a character's nervous tick or a faint sound in the background, can later become the key to your twist. Foreshadowing doesn't give away your twist, it just plants the seed that grows into something unexpected later on. Chapter 2: Red Herrings, the art of misdirection. When it comes to plot twists, misdirection is your best friend. A red herring is an element that distracts or misleads the audience, guiding them away from the real truth. Think of it like a magician's sleight of hand. The audience is so focused on one thing that they don't see what's coming. It's one of the most powerful tools in a storyteller's arsenal. For example, in the film The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis's character is seen as the solution to the central mystery. The audience believes he is a pivotal character in the story. But, in the end, they realize that he's been dead the entire time. This twist works because of the careful misdirection set up throughout the film. One of the best ways to use misdirection is to create multiple possibilities. If there are several options for where the story could go, the twist won't feel forced. Instead, it will feel like the natural outcome of the story. This strategy makes the twist feel more like a revelation than a gimmick. Here's an interesting statistic. According to a study by the University of California, people are more likely to remember a twist if they were led to believe something different throughout the story. This reinforces the idea that misdirection, when done well, is memorable and effective. When people are surprised, it sticks with them. It's important not to overdo it with the red herrings. Too many distractions can confuse the audience, making the twist feel too complicated or unclear. A well-placed red herring should make the twist feel like a natural conclusion. Think of it as a puzzle. Each piece should fit perfectly into place when the truth is revealed. Pro tip: use dialogue as a subtle tool for misdirection. A character might say something that seems innocent but is actually a deliberate attempt to mislead the audience. A well-placed line can plant doubts in the viewer's mind, only to be revealed later as part of the twist. Chapter 3: Subtlety over Shock. Crafting twists that make sense. A plot twist should never feel like a cheat. Shock value alone isn't enough to make a twist memorable. The best twists are the ones that make you think, of course, that makes sense. This is the subtle art of crafting twists that surprise yet feel inevitable. Take The Empire Strikes Back as an example. When Darth Vader reveals that he is Luke's father, the twist is shocking, but it also feels like the only thing that could have happened. It's a perfect blend of surprise and logic. The key to a great twist is building a story that naturally leads to the moment, so when the twist happens, the audience thinks, "How did I not see that?" Building a twist that feels earned requires careful character development. The twist should reveal something new about a character's motivations, actions, or history that changes how we view them. If you've set up a twist properly, the audience should feel that the twist could have only unfolded this way based on what they already know. It's also important to keep your audience in the dark, but not in a way that feels unfair. Hiding crucial details from your audience is a skill. It's like hiding a secret from a friend. You don't want to lie, but you don't want to spoil the surprise either. The best twists don't break the rules of the story, they just reveal something we didn't expect to see. Here's a surprising fact. In a survey by Writer's Digest, 78% of readers said they prefer a twist that surprises them, but also feels inevitable in hindsight. It's a balancing act between shocking and satisfying, and it's crucial to get that balance right. Pro tip: take your time with the reveal. The more you build up to the twist, the more satisfying it will be. Allow the tension to rise before you pull the rug out from under your audience. When done right, the audience will be surprised, but they'll also feel that it makes perfect sense. If you're enjoying these storytelling tips, be sure to subscribe to stay updated on all the latest tricks and strategies for mastering the art of plot twists. Chapter 4: Character Reversals. When the villain becomes the hero. Plot twists aren't always about shocking events. Sometimes, they're about character transformations that completely change how we view the story. One of the most compelling types of twists is when a character we think we know turns out to be someone else entirely. Picture this: the villain becomes the hero, or the trusted ally betrays the protagonist. This kind of reversal can make a twist feel deeply personal. In The Godfather Part 2, Michael Corleone's rise to power, filled with morally questionable decisions, causes viewers to wrestle with their perception of him. The audience has seen him as a hero in the first movie, but now, he seems to have embraced his darker side. It's not just about plot manipulation, it's a true character shift that surprises, yet makes perfect sense. This strategy works best when you lay the groundwork early. Let the audience get comfortable with the character's original role. Maybe they're the antagonist, or they play a secondary role in the story. Then, when the twist happens, you reveal that their motivations or actions were different all along. This is what makes it so powerful. Viewers are forced to reconsider everything they thought they knew about the character. An interesting stat: according to Psychology Today, people enjoy character-driven twists 40% more when the reversal is rooted in psychology and behavior rather than external events. This means that, if the twist feels authentic to the character's emotional journey, it resonates more with the audience. For example, if you reveal that a seemingly cold-hearted villain has been acting out of a deep personal loss, the twist not only surprises, but it also evokes empathy. The villain isn't just evil for the sake of it, they've been a tragic figure all along. This makes their eventual turn more satisfying and believable. Pro tip: give your characters hidden layers. Small hints scattered throughout the story, like a soft spot for a certain person or an unspoken regret, can set up a reversal that feels natural. Chapter 5: Time-bending twists. Playing with the past, present, and future. Time is a powerful tool when crafting plot twists. A great way to pull off an unexpected twist is by playing with timelines. Whether it's a flashback that reveals something vital or a twist involving future consequences, manipulating time adds an extra layer of complexity to your story. These twists can blow your audience's mind, as they reframe everything they thought they understood about the plot. Take Inception, for example. The film's concept of dreams within dreams makes us question what's real and what's not. The twist isn't just about the plot, it's about the perception of time and reality itself. By jumping between different levels of the dream world, the narrative gives us a fresh lens to interpret the story, keeping us on the edge of our seats. A key to pulling this off is to carefully manage the timeline. The audience should be able to follow the different time frames, but they shouldn't fully understand how everything connects until the reveal. One way to do this is through visual cues, like changes in lighting or the use of certain objects, to signify shifts in time. Here's an interesting fact. According to Film Analysis Quarterly, movies with non-linear timelines experience a 25% higher level of audience engagement than those with straightforward narratives. The complexity of time manipulation forces viewers to pay closer attention, making the twist feel more rewarding when it's finally revealed. Time-bending twists can also be used to play with the audience's expectations. Imagine a scenario where you think a character's actions in the present are shaping the future, only to discover that the future has already influenced their decisions. This strategy turns the concept of cause and effect on its head, making the twist feel both logical and unexpected. Pro tip: use the structure of your story to your advantage. When using flashbacks or flash forwards, ensure that each shift in time reveals crucial information that deepens the plot. Avoid random jumps that confuse the audience without adding meaning. Chapter 6: The Ripple Effect: How a Single Twist Alters Everything. One of the most powerful aspects of a plot twist is its ability to change everything. The right twist can completely alter the course of the story, making the audience re-evaluate everything that came before. A twist that shifts the entire perspective of the story can be transformative, not just for the plot, but for the characters, themes, and even the audience's emotional journey. In Fight Club, the twist at the end changes everything. When it's revealed that Tyler Durden is actually a figment of the narrator's imagination, the entire movie is recontextualized. What seemed like a rebellious exploration of masculinity becomes a deep dive into mental health and identity. The twist doesn't just surprise, it forces the audience to reconsider the entire narrative. This type of twist works because it pulls the rug out from under the audience's feet. It redefines the stakes of the story. For example, a seemingly minor character might turn out to be the driving force behind the entire plot, forcing a re-evaluation of their actions and motivations. This kind of revelation can dramatically alter how the audience feels about the story's themes and characters. Studies have shown that plot twists with major consequences, where the twist fundamentally alters the entire storyline, are 30% more likely to be remembered by the audience. This is because the twist doesn't just add a surprise element, but changes the meaning of everything that came before. It creates a sense of reflection, where the viewer looks back at the story with new insight. The ripple effect strategy is also effective in series or franchises. A twist in one installment can reverberate throughout future films or books, adding layers of complexity and building intrigue for future reveals. Think of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where each twist or reveal impacts the overall arc of the series, encouraging fans to re-watch and reinterpret earlier films. Pro tip: if you want your twist to have a ripple effect, plant subtle clues throughout the story that will only become clear after the reveal. These hints should make the twist feel inevitable, yet surprising, once everything clicks into place. If you're finding these strategies helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe for more in-depth storytelling tips and plot twist mastery.